This is Clark Kent.
Glad to be here, Lois.
The two concepts that I want you to be familiar with when we say this is not for you. First is to be heroic.
Everybody loves a
I need you to understand this concept because all of us are superheroes. And let's think about a superhero. The regular people, they move toward a problem and they want to keep everyone safe. Or is it just my thoughts running wild? And I found most times, man, it's just my thoughts are running wild. So I think a little fear is not bad, man.
No, definitely not.
Then I take your approach, which is what you taught me back in the day. You just gotta attack it. You know, most times people are fearful because they have a lack of knowledge.
Most definitely.
Since we have a lack of knowledge, we tend to make up the information. You know, since we have a lack of information, we make the rest up, and then it freaks us out. So that's just how I look at it, man. And,
I definitely agree.
Fear
but
is good, but for it to impede certain decisions.
But like it's really, I think it does become from a lack of knowledge. And you know, remember when we first wrote Gritty? It took us a while. We didn't know how to write that book.
Yep.
It took us a while. It took us the process of writing the book. But then, like when we wrote that first book, where we were going to call it The Movement, we wrote that whole thing out. That book couldn't have been gritty, but it took like going through writing that first intro, getting up to the end, and then scrapping it and starting over again. For us to get to the, so when writing Gritty was so much easier because we had the knowledge of writing that first book that was never published. So I think knowledge is key.
And by the way, hold on, twin. Another shameless plug. Listen, if you're a first-gen student, and look, hell, if you're a college student, if you have a college student, if you know a college student, Gritty is the book for them. I'm so sorry, but Gritty is the book for them. And twin to show that picture.
Most definitely,
throughout the video. But listen, Gritty is the book. I'm not gonna tell you more. I'm just saying Gritty is one of the truest books on college success and what a student needs and the mind frame they need to actually be successful in college. So I'm gonna just say that because a lot of college books, no disrespect, but a lot of college books are talking about the tactics and the methods.
Right.
Look, if you want to change anything in life, I'm gonna be real. You don't change behavior. You change the thought process that governs the behavior. So we have too many students not being successful because they don't have the right mindset and the right mindset to go into handling the process of getting a college education. So shameless plug. Go ahead, twin.
No, that's right. I mean, Gritty, no frills. That thing is just very straightforward. So all you college students, I'm telling you, pick up Gritty at loopflu.com because I'm telling you, it's the real deal. It's definitely the real deal. But yeah, when it comes to fear, man, you just have to attack it. I wrote about it on loopflu.com, like I said.
Yep.
And it's very straightforward and very simple. Now it's hard to do that though, because sometimes it's just hard to attack. You know what I mean, it's just hard to do, but there's no other way. I mean, that's saying, you know. And then I would say another one is that once you like jumping off the plank or whatever, like once you do it. You just
jump
keep
off
doing
the plank.
It.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like when you jump off the plank, you know, 25 feet, you realize, like, oh my God, I didn't die. Let me try it again. Maybe, you know, you start thinking, like, maybe I could cheat death again. You know, like not that I was in a position to die. But and once you do it again, it's really not fearful, and then that's really how fear starts to fade away because you did it once. You know, it's cool. You did it again. You did it. So by that fourth, fifth time, you realize, like, oh, I got nothing to worry about. It's really crazy because I was at the pool. I watched this little kid. He was on the diving board, not the 20-foot plank, but he was on the diving board. And my man's on the diving board, and he's like pacing. He's pacing, and then he gets to the edge. I swear to God, he gets to the edge of the diving board, and it was like, I can't do it. And people are like, jump. I swear, man. My man had tears in his eyes. He's like, I can't do it.
Yes.
And you got a whole line behind him. Check this out. I swear, and this is what kids understand fear better than adults. He jumps off the diving board and he swims over to the side and he gets it. Everybody's like, yeah, right? And then now he's feeling himself. He jumps off the diving board again, but he doesn't jump as close to the wall. Like he jumps off the diving board into the water and then he swims over to the side. After the fourth, fifth time, my man was like the diving off the jumping board, the jumping off the diving board machine. that he like that whole situation, that little 10-minute situation with him like freaking out, jumping, accomplishing it like embodies what fear is. He thought it was worse than it was, but when he realized he could do it, it's a wrap. Like, this is not, it's a wrap. It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. So
exactly. He had a little momentum. My man was going to it.
Yeah. So you wouldn't fear, man. You just got to face it. Like, don't be afraid to face it. It's uncomfortable, but it's probably not as bad as you think it is. It may appear bad, but it's probably not as bad as you think it is.